photographing me.
We're actually recording now.
Right.
Recording. We're
Are
good. We are. It's red. It's a sign
Test
of
run.
recording.
Took a photograph of our 2-hour conversation yesterday.
It was good times. Good times. I was trying to figure out how to play a pitcher. Wouldn't play. I was
You were scrambling to try to find an answer that wasn't the most obvious, which was just, I screwed this up.
Oh, well, the thing was, like, I didn't screw this up. I know this is going to play, and no, I screwed up.
Buffering.
Well, that's what I thought.
Internal buffering.
Just buffering. One of those videos buffering for a hell of a long time. Turns out
it was a picture. That's why. That's why I was buffering for so long.
So long.
Still buffering now.
I was praying, yeah. No.
Still buffering now, wherever it happens to be.
It's in the garbage now. I deleted it. Made me sad once I figured out that whole video was shot to shit.
What did we talk about in the one that we lost?
The first thing,
accountability stuff.
We started on accountability.
So that's still going on. Go to TikTok, Cody Notes TikTok for that. Instagram, same thing. Tomorrow I'll do another update. I'm going to break down a couple of particular categories that I'm just like working on, what they kind of mean. Again, what the parameters for success are. Kind of define it a little better for people. Sometimes I might glaze over some stuff, or like time constraints, or there's too much to get in, or whatever it is. But like you start using acronyms and things, and people are like, "What did you say? Was that English? Well, pardon?" And it's like I'll just kind of drill down on a few topics and give people a bit more fleshed out idea of each thing over the next couple of videos until we get into the day 20s. That way, if people want to jump in at any time and do 30 days or whatever it happens to be, like. That way they at least know, like, oh, maybe I'm going to try one of the things Cody's doing, so I'm going to jump on this thing here. And
well, it's a good journey to follow,
give that a shot. Well, I figure, like, if I'm going to do it and other people want to do it, like, because I'm out in the lead here, right? I'm out in front taking the opening fire, the ridicule, you don't have to do things as publicly. But, like, I want to do it publicly because it holds me accountable, so I like the extra. I like the little extra, but for other people, the concept might sound really palatable. They might be like, fuck, I could really get behind that, really do that. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to be way out in the public about it. I would just like to be more accountable personally. It's like, you can still just DM me or whatever, and you can still do it, like, you do it, right? And we can still have a back and forth about it. And, use me as an accountability partner. You don't have to use a whole community of people or the internet or the people you don't know or whatever it happens to be.
Yeah.
But like, you can still jump on and do it because it's still healthy for everybody. Like, it's healthy for me, right? It's healthy for me to do it. Like I said, even on Front Street, where the accountability becomes more so because people are watching, but you want people to watch because when people watch, then you think everyone's kind of maybe in on what, so you're like, well, I can't get the slip in here.
You got a little bit of power behind you now.
Everyone
can't.
Because you can't.
You can't.
Because you think everyone's hip to what you're up to.
They're watching and judging you
and
now.
I don't want to be a liar.
Yeah,
so you just have to kind of behave. So I like it. So you deleted that. So
I did.
Be accountable.
I didn't even delete it. I didn't even record it. So.
Right. Yeah, how can you delete something that you didn't even do?
I deleted the buffering
there was nothing that picture's still buffering in your trash.
Oh, it's buffering in my mind forever now.
Right now.
What's going on, Greg? We got your package. It's wrapped, ready to go to the mailbox.
Reckon? Stay out of trouble out there.
Oh, no, stay in trouble.
I know what you're up to. I know what your ilk is like.
Well, that will be mailed out to you as soon as we're done shooting our podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever you want to go, live show. Live dances, whatever you want to do.
Is there going to be dancing again?
There might be dances. Anyway, Star Wars fans.
I've been training lots doing this now, so I don't think I can dance.
No, you can dance.
My body hurts.
You can dance.
I probably could.
You could.
I could
cha-cha.
My body hurts.
I don't know if you're a waltzer. I don't think
that's one thing that, like, I knew going into this that I was going to, like, set a fairly decent threshold. And I know how I work, pardon?
You just said a decent threshold for dancing?
I knew that's what you said. I just wanted you to repeat it. Yes, for dance. I was going to set a very high threshold, so I got like new ballet shoes.
Oh, nice.
And I doing a lot of gooch stretching.
Most important thing.
Making sure you don't tear your gooch or leave any kind of
You want
horrific.
tears.
Right. You don't want to ruin your gooch in the middle of doing like the high kicks or
One of the most expensive surgeries out there is gooch surgery.
gooch surgery. There's
Yeah.
very few doctors
It's so tight
that
and
know what
tense
they're
out
doing.
there.
It's a very, very specific area.
Oh, it's worse than brain or heart surgery.
No,
my man.
it's a particular one.
Oh yeah.
So I knew I was gonna have a pretty high threshold for training going in, like what I was gonna set for 99 days. So I'm like, fuck, okay, that's a lot. So I started ramping it up a couple of weeks ago already. So now it's ramped up to the point where, like, I mean, you know how we train, where there's very little time in between sets and everything goes to failure.
Oh yeah, you're only time to rest.
You're not there for
well,
long.
you're working out.
You're not there for long, but it goes through fast. It's almost like I don't. What people have asked me before, I don't necessarily correlate it directly to what the fuck is that shit that people do where they go fast with the Olympic lifts?
Oh, it's like a circuit or whatever, circuit training.
Yeah, but
or
it's-
hit training.
Yeah, but okay, hit training is kind of we're a little bit of what we do, but then there's also what's the other one?
CrossFit.
CrossFit.
Oh yeah, okay.
CrossFit.
I was trying to do all the stuff that like you
It's a
did there,
little bit
but-
like that. It's high intensity, but we're not doing the Olympic lifting. That's
yeah. There's no jerks or anything.
Well, I'm
like
still
that.
keeping form really strict. I'm just not allowing a lot of time for recovery.
Yeah.
Once we get going, we're going till it's over.
One thing I noticed with
And
CrossFit,
by
things
the
are
time
going fast.
by the time it's over, nothing will move. Like you will not
You're jello.
you will not be doing reps of things.
Yeah, you're fucking think.
No.
You're like, what
You
just
can't use
happened?
whatever appendage was just put through it.
The worst is
But
leg
it's
day.
short.
The worst is ever leg
yeah,
day.
Yeah, I'm crushing.
You're
My
just like,
legs.
what
I did
the
it
fuck?
Saturday morning.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but like I said, I've been doing it now for a few weeks leading up to it, knowing that when I jumped off the porch on this accountability thing, it was going to be, because I got it set for 5 days a week.
All right.
So like, it's been about 3 weeks now, 5 days a week, and I'm old. I'm an old ass man. I did not realize
No.
how much of an old ass motherfucker.
Actually, don't be jumping off porch. A lot of sprained ankles.
No. I'm not going to jump. No, that was
3
metaphorical.
foot jump roll.
Metaphorical porch jumping.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, no,
Not
not
Nicky Nine door and anybody else.
Not actually jumping off anything. It's hard enough to come down off the trusses in the garage doing pull-ups.
Mm.
Like come down off there and like every once in a while the ankle's a little, and you're like, fuck.
Oh
It's
yeah.
only like a 2 foot drop. Like, but I'm like, I'm 240 or whatever. I'm a fair-sized gentleman.
Well, we were just talking about Shaq being like over. He was 400 pounds at one point. That's a big boy. 400 pounds, 7 foot, but very proportional.
Right, Shaq carries it really
Imagine
well.
his joints though.
He carries it well.
His joints would hurt.
I mean, I
huh?
guess some people are
playing professional ball.
That's kind of the thing. My joints don't really hurt. My joints only hurt if I misuse them.
Mm.
Like if I do some silly jumping for my size and my age, then my body's like, why you do that?
Right.
But if I work out properly, like I said, high intensity without a lot of rest time to failure consistently to the point where almost you're failing within a couple of reps by the time you're at the end of it, but without doing the herky-jerky CrossFit. But you're doing the intensity in a similar
for sure
fashion.
you are. You're keeping the weight up, and you're definitely
just-
concentrating. going
You are
slow.
still very like core activated and not through the like where you're constantly moving and pulling yourself.
You're
and
pulling a
momentum
Steven
and
Seagal movie.
You're holding and pulling. Like it's a very hold it at
strict form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still have to do that.
CrossFit is like Steven Seagal running.
I've got shoulders and stuff that are only so able to do, but I know my own limits. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've been lifting for a lot of years, like since I was 14.
Yeah.
Been lifting, and like me and you lifted for a long time. Lifted a lot, so know my shortcomings, what I can and can't do. Know what the sign is to get out. When
Right.
some certain little thing and certain exercise lights up, you're like,
Hospital time.
no, that's you. That's you. I'm taking you out of public gyms to the hospital.
Right, a big ripping sound.
Yeah, that's you. That's not me. That's
No,
not
that
me.
was me.
You've seen me fuck shit up in the gym, but never
Yeah.
to the point where when I pulled
Going to the hospital.
when the hamstring popped there.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Right. But I was
Yeah.
good. 2 weeks or so, I was
Yeah.
back deadlifting.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah. It left like a good ass bruise and everything.
did.
I don't know what happened.
We were doing, what is it like? We were
Hip
lying
hop.
down doing hamstring things, right?
No, we were doing deadlift.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, we were stiff leg deadlifting.
Oh, okay.
But like, I remember I got bruises up the
I
hamstring.
do remember that.
With like fingerprints, like 6
Yes.
or 8 of them, separate ones, like from the back of the knee, almost right up to underneath the glute.
Yeah,
It's bad news.
I remember that.
It hurt. It hurt, and you
It looked like it hurt.
You could feel it, like little sections, like popping, like improvised explosive device, like IEDs going
Yeah.
off, like down a road, like sequentially. It was an inch, but nothing, no structural anything,
Yeah, no tears, no nothing like that.
nothing. Dude, I was back, like I said, in 2 weeks from that, from like the bruising, and then shit, I was deadlifting 500 pounds. No problem. Never had a hamstring problem ever again.
No, that's
Never had a
right.
hamstring problem ever again.
No, yeah, that was wild. Yeah, I think that's the worst I've ever done in the gym was, tore my tricep. I had to get surgery.
Well, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I tore the shoulder years and years ago when I was
You did say
really
that.
young. But I'm young and full of adrenaline and
Yeah.
chasing broads and just worried about trying to even have a physique because you're 16 or 17, whatever it happens.
You
to
want
be.
it now.
This shoulder's never been right as an adult.
No.
And like, you've seen that. We trained for years together and couldn't do a bench press with a straight bar. Got
No,
a
you
dumbbell
couldn't do it.
press.
No, yeah.
Like, gotta have a bit of an
It's
ability
an
to
angle you
compensate.
have to have. You can't have it broad.
Can't be stuck like this because
No.
at some certain spot, there's things here that just start grinding that are
Yeah.
stationary objects.
No.
They're not supposed
Yeah.
to be grinding into each
No,
other.
no.
No, it's like if you pick this table up and start smashing it into the wall.
I try to make that fit. Like that goes there, right?
No,
You're supposed to do like that.
It doesn't, but dumbbells work. For
Yeah.
me, dumbbells work. Like it's a modification
We
to
did
an
decline bench press for a bit.
it still messes with it. It's just that the range of motion feels so much more limited on decline. Like at least the back end of the range.
You're more like pushing it up and not like sideways. Like it feels like big flat. Feels different the way you push.
It just feels like you come to the back end of the range quicker, like the end of it, because you're hitting this like really concave, like or not like
it's spread out.
Yeah, you're
way to
coming
lie.
down. You're up here far, and you're coming down to here, but you're not getting those elbows splayed out. But like when you're flat, you're getting to where you're parallel, like here, but then you're going way further back to get off the chest. Like if you're, and you really, in theory, probably shouldn't be doing that.
I always find I got so much more power with doing decline bench press.
Oh yeah.
You have
I think
so
that's
much
again
more
why,
power.
because there's so much more front-loaded like angle, but there's not. You don't get that way
You
far.
get that drive at that angle for some reason.
Yeah, you definitely do.
You do get a crazy drive.
Well, I think everybody's like that. I think decline is notoriously.
You don't get that on fucking
heaviest-
incline, I can tell you that.
And see, I like incline the best.
I like it too. Well, I'm not the best. I like decline the best.
Oh no, I like incline the best. I like good incline bench press. Like, I have a tough time with shoulders. Again,
Mhm.
doing a lot of shoulder stuff, and I find incline allows my shoulder engagement to like come online, do some load, get a little bit of a workout, and then continue on with a chest workout. Focus still like more 70-30 chest to shoulders, but get shoulders like lit up, because later in the week when I go to do shoulders again, I'm only going to be able to get a little bit of heavy shoulders out. And then once I'm done with that, my like clean up shoulder exercises are kind of light, because it's not that the muscles are weak.
Yeah,
it's
does your shoulders engage way too much when you do chest? You always got such a delt burn, didn't you? Like a frontal delt burn?
Yeah, but like I know kind of how to mitigate it, right? To use that as like a middle week shoulder workout for like 4 sets as well, right? Because I can get a lot of chest. I know lots of ways to get a lot, because like I like doing push-ups, right?
Yeah.
So I can get a lot of chest through push-ups. So I'll knock out sets of like 50, 60 push-ups at a time and get some decent right in the center of the belly of the chest muscles, because there's a lot of striated muscle in there. But they're like right in there, get a lot of burn. So
Yeah.
I do get a lot of shoulders through some stuff, but It's
like
good because
flies.
I can't really do shoulders with a lot of other stuff.
No.
With actual shoulder work. Because once it gets even a little fatigued, those joints start giving out. It's not the muscles.
No, you get like dead spots and shit, huh?
Yeah, there's dead spots, definitely,
Where
where,
it's
there's
like, oh,
nothing.
no,
yeah,
it's going
where
down.
there's just nothing. Right.
Yeah.
And now you're just fighting like bones rubbing.
You don't get that with flies, huh? You never got that with flies. It's more like pressing, huh? Maybe like lateral flies.
It's tough to tell sometimes when the shoulder gets lit up, especially though it's the left one, right? Just have to like feel it out. That's what I said. I know enough about the gym and I know enough about the different movements and how to engage muscle through movements, how to not be mentally like engaged with another muscle that you don't want to be activating through things so that you're kind of focusing. I know how to do that. Like I've done it for a lot of hours of my life. So I'm used to what it all feels like being under a load and trying to get like bodybuilding's not that hard. It's not powerlifting. You can get a squeeze and get vascular and get big through hypertrophy, through concentrated repetition of lower weight. So I play it by ear, but I know that I'm never gonna be a 300-pound military presser. Like that's never gonna happen. No, it's never gonna happen. But could I still squat 6 bills right now? I probably could if you gave me 6 months to easily. Like unless something catastrophic happened in between now and then. Because like, I mean, you've seen my, right. So like certain stuff could just go to that, no problem. But even in my peak, the shoulders were just so far. Well, the left, again, I say shoulders, but I mean one shoulder. One single shoulder. This guy over here. Just garbage. Trash garbage.
Yeah. Tread monster?
Right.
He was benching military.
Three plates.
He's just like, you're like, what?
But never did legs.
No.
And
he'd always wear pants.
we were over there squatting and deadlifting 400 or 500 pounds.
Yeah, and he's just like, how you guys
constantly, every week.
Yeah.
Because we did legs, we did lower back, we did.
Yeah, we never skipped leg day.
I mean, I never seen the guy row 3 plates. I was rowing 3 plates at one point in time.
Yeah.
So
doing back rows. Yeah.
Right. I never seen I'm doing shrugs with 6 plates aside, 7 plates aside.
Yeah.
So we were.
I remember him doing that,
but never able to do that. I'll give him that. There was no road I was on that was going to get me there either.
No.
Because that was the limitation.
Yeah.
But so since I knew the training was going to be in this accountability thing, I've ramped it up. So my body is achy.
Feeling it a little bit, huh?
I feel strong.
No, you feel strong, but you don't feel old.
Does
your body feel a little old?
I never mentally feel old. Nah, not really. Like the joints don't hurt, but it still feels like a beginner thing. Even though I'm strong enough to lift the weight, like a lot of the weight, like the weight for rep that I was lifting kind of before. So like the correlation between previous conditions of myself to now is not like so jarring where you're like, oh, I was lifting like 70 pounds doing this before and now I'm lifting 15. It's like, nah, it's pretty comparable, but there's no endurance. And like you feel the ancillary stuff more the next day, like the neck, like when you're starting to fail and you start to flex your body to not fail and you get that like, but you're not doing neck, you're doing something else. But because for 30 or 40 seconds of 2 sets or 3 sets of something as you were crazy failing, you were locking everything you had up, abs, butthole, neck, jaw, all of it. Just, and because the next day you wake up and your neck hurts and you're like, why does my neck hurt like this? And yeah. I was failing doing rows. I was on row 10,000 and I started failing. And I just kept huffing her, and then you're just, so,
that was good times. Good times.
That's what I'm doing it today.
I was gonna say, for anybody who likes Star Wars, Jedi.
Why don't you?
New trailer dropped today. Story Trail. Go check that out, March.
Before we go to the Star Wars thing, where I'll let you talk about this more.
No, I just wanted to say that.
I'm talking about the thing. Why don't you? If you lose good times, why don't you just lift? I don't understand why you don't lift.
What's what?
There's weights here. Why don't you lift?
I don't know.
It's not there right now.
Not there right now. No,
not
just
there.
doing it at home. I don't. Doesn't do anything for me.
No.
I'm just not motivated to work out at home. I've tried, like, I just,
I'm just as heat on, like, just savage. I wouldn't want to get around me, even like here, like, yeah, I don't know.
I got weights at home.
Everything just starts cooking the minute I start doing it. Like, it takes a little bit sometimes to get going, but once I'm going, there's no slowing it down. I blow it up, and I blow it up fast. It's just like old times with that. Like, and again, that's where I notice the endurance, because the way we lift, or the way I lift. I mean, I'm not sure if that's the way you always lifted. That's just the way I've always lifted, where there was like very little rest time.
No, I lifted like that. I didn't like
even between right, because like somebody who knows me would like this would be almost a surprise to put like a phone over there and not have the phone in my hand, because if you know me, my phone is. But at the gym, never with the phone.
No, there's no phones. There's no
there is
AirPods,
no time. There is water, breathing. And then
your rest time is while your partner's doing
racking weights. We never even really had conversation.
No,
we had conversation about.
Do you remember
if we were right, if we could see a deficiency, if there was something we wanted to point out, if there was maybe a number we were trying to hit, or something that was going on, right? If there was something going on relative to the, you're gonna have to get the head right, get back on it, do a little accountability work. 99 days of accountability, lifting. Who cares what feels right or doesn't feel right? Working out at home doesn't feel.
No, I didn't say feel right. It's not. I'm not motivated to work out at home. I know it sucks. I try. I have the weights right there, right in front of me. Wherever I go, I make sure the weights are there. In any room of the house, and I just look at them.
Well, carrying the weights around—that's a workout.
No, because I have like weights in the living room. I got weights in my bedroom. Those are the main spots I, use, I should say.
Right. You venture through. Congregate in.
I was going to say congregate. That was the word I was looking for.
Masturbate.
Well, no, not that.
These are the rooms
because I got no curtains in my living room, so I can't have it. Well,
that'd be the room I'd be doing it. Hello, mailman.
So, yeah, I try. I look, but yeah. Maybe it's getting there.
Getting there? One day.
Summertime.
You'll get there.
Maybe I'll get bored of it.
Yeah. That's what I'm just keeping myself. Because I'll make excuses to skip leg day or not do a day I don't want to do, or just whatever, bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll just come up with some bullshit in my head. This way there's no bullshit.
Well, usually
this way I gotta go to TikTok and tell TikTok, like I fucked up.
For like first thing in the morning, I would have my coffee. I used to just work out with weights right there. I'd have my coffee and I'd work out for some morning. That used to be my routine. And I got out of that routine and now I just gotta get back to do it.
Not your gimmick.
Well, it was my gimmick for a bit. I did it for like 6 months.
At home?
At home, like my grandma passed. Like I worked out with the weights. Right? I have weights at home. Like I worked
you were saying that.
Right, and then just I stopped.
Well,
and then I just gotta get back into it.
Yeah, it doesn't take much time.
No, it's just picking it up. Once I start picking up, just like if I even just do like 5 minutes, bitch, just pick up the fucking weights in 5 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
it's not that. It's just
because I find once I get the one in, like I don't stop till I'm done then. Because then I get the one in. Once the one's in, the momentum's moving, the heart's beating, and you kind of check out mentally. You check out because you become competitive, and now you're kind of invested in this for a second. You picked it up, and like any dude, you're like, I picked this up and we'll fucking see this through.
Well, there's only so many times I can stub my toe in these fucking weights before I pick them up and throw them or pick them up and use them.
See, so this was cathartic.
It was.
Right? We came down a path where you're like, look, I'm not ready for it. I don't know. We didn't even talk about it. We're moving on.
I've come to a fork in my road. Now I gotta go.
We were coming to a Star Wars trailer thing, and then the accountability program succeeded. We came through.
Well, you know what?
Like
starting today, I'm gonna go
like
home
a
after these.
star.
I'm gonna start working out.
I got to do it
day
today
by
too.
day.
And then I got tomorrow off.
No, the whole Star Wars thing is just.
I take Tuesday, Fridays off.
Oh, you do Tuesday, Friday?
Yeah, I take Tuesday, Fridays off. Yeah, so I work out Wednesday, Thursday, and then I work out Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I do 5 days a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just gotta get it one day under my bag. And
then, do one day, just do one set. Fucking who cares in one day? Like, just gotta pick it up. Just gotta pick it up with some purpose.
It's gonna be that hard. Just pick it up exactly. Yeah.
It's not.
And the Star Wars thing is just thinking.
Right, that's what I want to hear about now.
The new trailer.
Now that we've got you on the right
path.
You know what they say? You know what they say, Anthony? They say a ship out at sea without a destination is lost. Doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You could have port 5 yards to the left of you.
Okay.
And if you have no destination, you're lost at sea because you don't know where you're going. You might be there, but where are you going? Because you're lost. So like, it's good. Now we've got you on a path. I feel like we've accomplished something here on Monday that's more important than the actual live stream. Because
I like that. Kind of blew my mind.
I'm going to do a set.
I'm going to
do a set for Jesus.
Yay, baby!
Wow.
Yeah.
No. So you turned it a little southern.
Thank you. You know what? Maybe I just need a little fire lit on my ass.
Well,
and
you're acting like a right bitch.
Thank you for pointing that out.
It's been enough time.
It's been a pleasure, my friend.
It's been enough time.
But when it comes down to the Star Wars trailer, like I said, it was just a story trailer that was released. It's just 1 minute and 50 seconds long. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, go over to the EA Star Wars page where you can check that out now.
This is a game?
Yeah, it's a sequel to...
This is that one that we're talking about?
Yeah, to Jedi Fallen Order. It's a sequel.
What's it called?
Jedi Survivor, this one. So it takes place 5 years after the original.
This is the RPG, the single player?
Yeah. It takes place 5 years after
Why did it feel like when we've talked about this before, it had a different name?
I have no idea.
This is the one with the stances and...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jedi Survivor.
So it's EA that did it?
Yeah, Respawn did. They usually make like Call of Duty games. Like
so this is a redo of a game that's already...
No, there's a sequel to it. It's like the most anticipated Star Wars game right now.
That's what I'm saying. This is a sequel to...
It's a sequel to the game that came out in 2019.
Oh, okay. Oh, so not a redo.
So it's like Dark Souls. That's the best way you can explain the game.
Right on.
Dark Souls ass. They don't have like multiplayer or anything
Excellent.
like that.
That's excellent.
Pretty cool rundown. New Force powers.
How's EA? Did they do the first one?
EA did the first one.
EA seems to do all the Star Wars.
They had the license for a bit, but they actually shut the bed since they didn't put out too many licensed games. They did Battlefront, and then they did this game.
I was gonna say,
They did the mobile game too.
How do they do with this? Like, is it out already?
No, it's coming out April 28th.
This is all still preamble, right? This is all still things are cooking.
Things are brewing right there,
no,
brother.
Everything's a little under the surface.
It's
Get
looking
ready to
good.
blow. The macho man. Okay, so
it comes out April 28th. It was supposed to come out March 17th.
This is where your Cal Kestis? Is this that?
This is Cal Kestis. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is everybody Cal Kestis?
No, actually, you have there's some other characters you can come across in the game. I come across a couple Wookiee companions. In this one, you actually have people that will help you out during the game.
No, but I mean the main character. You always kind of is Cal Kestis the main.
Yes, he's the main.
So that jumps around to other storylines for little pieces.
He's a survivor of Order 66. When Anakin went to the Jedi Temple and slaughtered all of the younglings.
The kids?
He was one of the survivors of that, and he ran from them and hid for 5 years. Then he was sought out because he uses Force powers. They've had a big fight with the Empire, ran from Darth Vader, then boom, he's been in hiding for the past 5 years. 5 years rolled around, now this new gameplay will come out, or the new game comes out, Jedi Survivor, where you take place where it is now. So and they have a graphic novel that plays with Marvel put out, so comic book. The tie-in, what happened in 5 years.
Like Marvel.
Yeah, what happened in the 5 years.
Was it released in comic book stuff, or is it just out in the graphic novel?
Just out in the graphic novel.
So what's the? That's what happened in the 5 years he was hiding.
Yeah, that take place in that novel, storytelling. But
he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. Yeah.
He doesn't have no like crazy because like Anakin's pretty notorious for his like PTSD. Like he's got a bunch of like trauma that like makes him like a bad guy.
Yeah,
this guy
he
was
never
like
had anything like that.
He was like a survivor and like a child master.
Oh yeah, like 12 years old. Like
he doesn't have no.
He watched his master get like killed.
He's just he's just like good shit, no problem.
Right when you think of it, like you.
Because like Anakin's so notorious for that, so like yeah, you think you'd at least be a little.
No, but he seemed pretty.
You think if you had your I'm just assuming because like obviously and everybody's different too.
Yeah.
But like you think if you had your ish together after all that you'd be like a vindictive kind of a hero, a Punisher type of, where you maybe went a little too far. You were still hunting bad guys only. Well, maybe push the envelope with consequences rather than a stern talking to. Everything was a stern lightsaber to the throat.
Yeah. Well, it comes across other Jedis that have fallen during the time and joined the dark side. So it comes across like the Sister Inquisitor.
What do you mean fallen? Is that what Anakin happened?
So the Jedis that were captured.
Sorry, I don't know enough about Star Wars. I'm a periphery Star Wars fan.
Yeah, he is.
I like
getting
Star
it, though.
Wars.
He's getting it.
I'm
He's trying.
I'm asking questions.
He is, no. So when the Empire captures Jedi, they turn them into Inquisitors or they kill them. So the Inquisitors, if they're Force-sensitive people, they'll turn them into like a Sith kind of a bad guy, which will be able to use like Force powers a bit, but he'll wield a lightsaber. Or you can use weapons.
Big knockers.
Big knockers.
If you like big knockers, you should go over to bigbeavercomics.com. Join us over on Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube. Subscribe, like the video, and big knockers.
Big knockers.
Big knockers. Carry on.
Got me distracted with big
Sorry,
knockers.
carry on.
I kind of lost with big
Something
knockers.
with Inquisitors.
Oh yeah, Inquisitors. So yeah, when the Jedi gets captured, they get turned into Inquisitors or they get killed. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what happened usually, or what happened when the Order 66 fell.
So have you, I don't know if I like lay out here to dry, but have you read this graphic novel, or do you know?
No,
what
it was
happens
just
in it?
released. It was
Just released?
just released. No, I haven't.
Cal Kestis. When does this game come out?
April 28th. It was supposed to come out March 17th.
Oh, okay.
Came
Right,
out. It was
which is like a
delayed
couple
for
days
6
ago.
weeks. So
That
April
happens.
28th now will come
Pretty
out.
common in gaming.
Oh,
When did they
nowadays,
lose the
yeah.
license?
Huh?
When did they lose the license?
Just last year they did.
So like they had
2020,
already, this was
2020,
already
sorry.
cooking. So like I
Yeah.
guess they're allowed to put this out.
Yeah, no, 2020 they lost the license. So like Ubisoft is working on a game. BioWare is working on their Knights of the Old Republic remake and a third one to that. So BioWare is back and making Star Wars games again.
Good roster.
Excellent roster. Yeah, I can't go wrong, especially with
Difficult
BioWare.
to difficult to shit on the roster. Let's
What do you got going on?
I got
Bruin.
I just want to talk good roster, and you can put this in the chat if you want. I sent this to you earlier.
Oh yeah, okay.
Masters of the Universe second half of this year of 2023. The lines have come out for. Do you know what the difference is between Origins and Masterverse? There's two different lines of Motu. One of them looks like
I know Origins.
they're pretty much just like the ones from the 80s, except they have a little bit of elbow articulation and stuff.
Okay.
They're not arm one piece. They have a little. Then the other ones look like they have almost like chest articulation.
Yeah, Origin is like that where they're really highly articulate. Have
Okay.
22 points of articulation. So it's retro gaming with modern articulation. That's what they call it.
Either way, Spikor, Snake Tila, Dragon Blaster, Skeletor,
I've seen some of these.
Manny Faces, Mossman, Grizzlor, Buzz Off. Just there's a load of like army. You know those snake guys where their heads pop
Yes.
and they get the long neck. There's like a little army builder of them, like a 3-pack
It's like
or a 4-pack, like Ninja 3 or 4-pack. There is a multitude of. So when we talk about rosters, and I know we talk Motu,
We did. That's the
Yeah.
classics.
It's just-
that's a deep roster, man.
and they're just adding on it now because this is the second kind of iteration of the guys that we've seen released in the last year or so. And the guys
Well,
that
they've
have been
been releasing
released,
some shitty guys though, like Sunman. Come on, they got Sunman.
I don't know what that was about.
I don't know what that was about. They just made
I don't know what that
There
was
was another
about.
guy.
Kind of
that did-
shoehorned that in there on some political bullshit.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was another guy that did
Seems a
something
little
like that.
useless. Yeah, somebody else that was from the Sunman thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Like, wow, why'd you do this?
Seems
It makes no
stupid.
sense.
Well, this time now they got it right. It
Looks cool.
They
Like
got
the
Snake
snake guys
Mountain.
and the black
They got
guys.
Snake Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Snake Mountain's in there. A bunch of the other vehicles are in there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of rehashing from the 80s.
So they had
A lot
Doom
of
Ridge.
updated stuff. Yeah, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good stuff. Motu's good for your health. If you're young and you don't know what the
yeah.
fuck you're doing, Masters
Look
of
it
the
up.
Universe, He-Man.
Comics are
Go
great.
do it. It's good for your goddamn health.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, so good roster. Another thing that was a good roster I was kind of surprised with was there's a Marvel Legends 2023 Spider-Man retro series on look like cartoon card backs. I
Yes.
sent you those two.
They're-
They're both on Toy Arc, so shout out to Toy Arc for. You're gonna have to click over to a lot of the. If you want to see like the full photo of like a guy, you're gonna have to click over to one of like the merchants that are selling things away from the Toy Arc site. But it's all good. Toy Arc's fucking solid.
Oh, absolutely.
Rose, who looks great, the purple mask and the suit, the Rose, he's awesome looking. Chasm is in
Yes,
the purple, like fucking Spider-Man-ish demon style outfit, kind of looks like a Venom-y, he's like a bad guy Spider-Man.
I kind of.
Yeah, it's purple, it's good. Tarantula, who I don't think there's been a Marvel Legend of Tarantula yet, and Tarantula's been on some pretty iconic Spider-Man covers over the course of time.
I think they
First
might have done
spectacular
that.
Spider-Man. Have they?
I think
I don't
so.
know if they have. I can't think of a tarantula in Marvel Legends. Maybe they have once before, but like I can't think of seeing a loose one in an eBay lot.
No, you think of it. No, it's
Not
like,
really,
how do you do it?
dog.
Because he has pointy feet. Like,
Miles in the black and red. Have you seen the alternate Miles outfit where he's got the shirt on?
I did see that.
Black and red.
'Cause I did
That's
look
sick.
over it a bit. When you
Super
said it.
slick. Ben Riley. There's Spider Woman in like the really black and red, like the
I just
nice,
cast that.
super nice. And Elektra is Daredevil. So this Spider-Man lot, this Spider-Man retro, and it's in the cartoon card backs from the
Right, from the 90s.
94, 95 stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that came out under what?
Ni-
Toy Biz.
yeah,
Toy Biz.
94 to 99.
8, yeah.
Just
Toy,
five.
Toy Biz, right?
No, Kenner. No, not Kenner.
Toy Biz.
I don't think it was Toy Biz. It might have been Toy Biz. You know what? Toy Biz. Yeah, it is Toy Biz. Yeah.
Toy
sorry.
Biz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just looking at the card back. Yeah, it's Toy
Yeah,
Biz.
it's Toy
They did
Biz.
the X-Men stuff.
Looks the same. Card
Right,
back looks
right.
the same. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Right, that line was great stuff. I was like, fuck, isn't
I was
it
thinking
Toy Biz?
superpowers for some second. It popped in
I
my
was
head.
thinking, like,
what
did
the fuck?
Marvel have the like, kind of like the movie license? Did they have their own Marvel license with Toy Biz, but they sold the Spider-Man license to, like, somebody else? Like, they gave Sony the rights to do... Because, like, you had me all fucked up, because I'm like, all the Marvel stuff is all Toy Biz.
Right? No. I had myself all fucked up.
Because Marvel Toy Biz took over in 90, right? Like,
No. For
90.
For 90. What was it?
For the
Might have been.
for the superheroes line, the first superheroes line,
For
Marvel superheroes. That's what Toy Biz launched the first one, right? There's the Marvel superheroes line, 1990.
Yeah, they did it like 89 and then lost the rights because it was just the fucking power. What is that? Power.
Well, no, because I think they just
Power
moved
Heroes.
into doing more like specific stuff. Because then when they did that, they did a couple lines of others like Punisher, Cap, Hulk, where he's like bending the iron and stuff like that. There's all those ones, and then they moved into doing stuff based off the cartoons. So then they moved over to doing X-Men, because at that point X-Men's cartoon had gone off.
Yeah, 92.
So then they started doing X-Men card back ones. Then they moved into Spider-Man. Then they did card back ones for fucking Silver Surfer, for Fantastic Four, for Iron Man.
Then they did a Hulk one
If
too.
they got
I'm
their
pretty sure.
own TV show, right?
Yeah.
Toy Biz did lots of stuff.
They
I mean,
did.
Toy Biz Marvel Legends off the hop is the best Marvel Legends still.
Yeah.
Like if you're
They
real-
must have got it in 92 or 91, right?
90. I feel like it's Marvel Superheroes line, like Series 1. The one
You
that's
might be right.
is
on that.
is the.
Listen.
Are you leaving the chat?
No, I'm still in
You're
the
gonna
chat.
just abandon
No,
all
I'm
of
in the chat.
our
I'm almost still
all
in the
the
chat.
conversation that's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on. We invite conversation. I know we don't.
We
act-
want conversation.
BigBeaverComics.com is where you can go commiserate with your bank account and my comic books. So if you like comic books, go there. Otherwise, if you're here on YouTube, subscribe. And
Yeah, it was 90.
like the videos. 90, right?
It
What's
was
the
90.
first series? Does it show Wave 1?
Well,
Captain
back,
America, Punisher. Punisher has that like brown, with the gun vest thing on.
So there's Cap, Spider-Man. Cap, Spider-Man, Daredevil,
Right,
Hulk,
those ones, right. Silver
Silver
Surfer.
Surfer, Punisher, Doctor Doom, and who's the last one?
Octopus.
Octopus.
Nice.
Yeah, so they're pretty cool. I'll put a picture in the
Super
actual
cool.
video showing it.
That's 90. That's Toy Biz, right?
That's Toy Biz, 1990. You are right.
Who knows what he's talking about?
You
The
do!
guy who used to
Rating
own a toy,
champ.
The guy who used to own a toy store
Yeah.
knows what he's talking about. So
Absolutely.
this set, because I'm kind of ambivalent about Marvel Legends, especially with the prices and the way the boxes have changed, but this set's pretty loaded.
What's
So,
going on, Jason Reinhardt? And
What's
Emma
up?
Wheatley. What's going on, guys?
Mr. Wheatley, what's cracking? So yeah, Rose, Chasm, Tarantula, alternate suit Miles, Elektra is Daredevil,
That's kind
a Ben Riley in like a regular suit, so like if you don't have a classic Ben Riley, and a Spider
dope.
Woman in a classic, in like a very nice updated modern classic. So the Motu coming out, lots of nice stuff in 2023. Not to mention,
Is that the red
and
one?
like I said, I'm pretty ambivalent about Legends. Legends are kind of good. This line's always been good. And when they redo the Spider-Man stuff, it's good. Did they do a Tarantula in the Toy Biz Spider-Man line, in the one where they did Hydro Man and
I'll have to see.
all that stuff
I'll have to do that.
from the 90s? Because I'm trying to think if there's ever been even a tarantula figure before. I've owned a lot of toys. I personally can't think of Tarantula having himself a toy.
For some reason, I can see him in our front cabinet when we have the store.
Really? We own tarantulas.
I can
you can see him in our ownership. That's on some other shit. I don't think that's right. Did you put those links in the chat?
Absolutely, it is.
Did you see that OKC won? OKC had the Thunder fucking... Okay, first off, they had 24 wins last year. They've already got like 35. They're in the playoffs here.
Yeah.
They're pushing. So like they look crazy. So I don't know if anybody pays attention to basketball like I do. I'm going to talk basketball for a minute. You're going to listen.
I am going to listen.
I know you are. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's a Canadian, by the way,
nice.
Is an absolute fucking superstar in the NBA, in the world of basketball. I don't think anybody's seen this coming. Much like De'Aaron Fox, who I think, rightfully so, maybe now, as the season has gone on and Sacramento has retained their ability to be so impressive, De'Aaron Fox has rightfully started to get looked at as a potential on-the-come-up superstar in the NBA. Maybe it's only because OKC has started to come on strong a little bit since Christmas that SGA hasn't. SGA's had a crazy year. SGA's had a couple crazy years. But people aren't giving Shai Gilgeous-Alexander the ability to look at it in a broad perspective, even from the fans, as a superstar just yet. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Right. There is no other tarantula legend, eh? Is that what you're telling me? That's dope. They didn't do one in the 90s. They didn't do... Because Tarantula's in the cartoon, is he not? Tarantula's in that cartoon.
Wait, no, they did one in the original one. I just found it.
Oh, shit. They did a Marvel Legends from...
Maybe my memory was right. Maybe we did have one. I don't know.
Wait. That says Custom Series 1.
Oh.
That's a custom... That's not a custom tarantula, custom card.
Oh, look at that. So maybe they did have
presses. One. He didn't find it.
No, I did not.
But we have found this new one, which looks really nice. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute stud. He hasn't been, the team hasn't been. Keep looking all year, but they're getting there now. They're in a playoff spot in like a West where things are all up in the air. Kyrie and Luka aren't in. Ja's not back for a couple more games. OKC already has like 11 more wins than they did last year. They didn't put out a bunch of money. That's what people, when you look at it now, if you're not like actually digesting what you're looking at, you don't realize that with 10 games left and 11 more wins than they had last year, they didn't put out any extra money at all. They didn't go spend a grip shit of dough or put themselves over leverage to bring in guys to bring this record up to just like moderately competitive levels. What's happened is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has gone from being a budding star in the NBA to being a bona fide superstar. And on top of that, what people I think are still completely overlooking, because if you're not really into the granular NBA minutia, you're probably not, things aren't top of mind like they would be maybe for some people who pay attention to it a little bit more rigidly. Chet Holmgren, who they drafted second overall last year, has been hurt all year. They're already a playoff team. They're already somebody where Shai looks like he is going to be a dominant player for the next decade in the NBA. We haven't even seen Holmgren play a game in the regular season, let alone a playoff game yet in his career. He's still on a rookie deal. These guys, they didn't put out any more. Them and Sacramento are scared. And Memphis better get their shit together. John Morant better get his act together, better put the pipe away, better stop flashing the ratchet on Instagram
Why
Live.
is he hitting the crack pipe?
Well, no, that's another word for
okay.
Hit the stick.
Oh, okay.
Put Nina in her purse.
At least he's not hitting the pipe that way.
Not that we know. He's acting like he is. He's back Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
He's back Wednesday. Who do they play tonight?
He's actually off suspension. He's going to be on the bench tonight.
Right. Well, yeah.
Early.
Who do they play tonight? I don't know how he's fixed this quick, but
they're playing. What is it? Dallas.
Oh, right. They play the Mavs.
Yeah.
They beat the Mavs
They play
already
Houston
with
on
nobody.
Wednesday.
Yeah, Houston. They beat the Mavs with
A couple days ago, right?
a couple days ago, the 11th or 12th or some shit, 14th. And the Mavs,
Something like that.
yeah, and the Mavs didn't have anybody in, but neither did they. I mean,
No, it was.
well, they had Baines, but they had no Jaw, and the Mavs had no Doncic or Irving. So I don't know if Irving's back. I don't think Doncic is back from that quad thing just yet. But Jaw will be back against Houston, who Houston's happy to upset the apple cart of a lot of guys. Houston and San Antonio and Orlando and a bunch of these bummy-ass teams throw around these fucking upset wins pretty frequently in the NBA, where you look at it and you're like, damn it, how did you beat XYZ? Like, you lose all these common-ass teams and then, like, somehow...
Anomaly, man.
Some of these guys, man, these
Fall into an algorithm. Like that.
Barry Smith, they just pick it the fuck up when it games that matter. So Memphis better have their shit together. I don't know what kind of rest John Morant's gonna have. 3 weeks off, maybe. Was it 3 weeks?
It's 2 weeks.
3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Yeah.
So he might have needed it just as a little rest, anyways. But we'll see if his head's right.
Right.
Because if his head's are not right, none of the rest of it's gonna make any difference.
No,
Because he's gonna shit it all away. Which is not what's
It'd probably
happening.
be good for a bit, just like
Which
you
is-
are after you got your hand slapped, and then you
He'd be
forget about
slapping,
it.
right? Yeah,
Right.
you got embarrassed, and you were worried that everybody was again creating this narrative about you,
Mm-hmm.
which was the narrative you were creating about yourself. Nobody was creating the narrative.
No, but
about
when you start feeling yourself again, that's when the bad behavior is going to peak
or
out.
the off season,
Yeah, but if he's got, like you said, he's going to get help. Maybe he'll get help for it, but we'll have to see. Only time.
yeah, hopefully help even in the future is in the cards. Like once the season's over, he's got some sort of a contingency plan, especially if it's a hard loss in the playoffs and you're a little emotional. You might not want to admit you might be, but you got a lot to lose and not a lot to gain, and people aren't going to give you too many more chances. Like now people are looking for the redemption. They think that this is done now. They're not looking to watch you screw things up again or screw things up on a bigger level. So I hope that, come late April, early May, when the Memphis Grizzlies get wiped out of the playoffs by somebody, because I don't think they're going to go to the championship. And if they do, they're going to get wiped out there. But I don't think they're going to probably even get out of the West. I think they're still kind of in a learning phase in that franchise, even though they're a really good team who could, in theory, when Jaw comes back on Wednesday, if they get rolling, they're tied with Sacramento for second. I mean, they could still end up in second place and they could end up playing fucking OKC or something, which they might not want to do because that 7-game series might be a shootout. But they could get second and have one of the play-in teams be their adversary in round one, which would be maybe potentially, depending on the draw, a nice bit of a break rather than right now where they are. Which, if all things ended today being equal, Sacramento still has the tie break on them. And Sacramento finishes second. Memphis finishes third. Third plays sixth. Sixth is Dallas. Those two teams have played each other, like we just said. They're playing tonight. They played the other day. They played each other frequently. And if Kyrie and Luka are both on the court, and they're projected both to be for the playoffs, I think John might get worked in round one. Because I think Luka turns it up to, I don't know what Kyrie does, but I think Luka, even in and of his own teammates, turns it up to another level, much like we saw last year in the playoffs. You're going to get at least one round of victory pulled out of Luka's ass just by himself. Well, you're gonna. He's a top 5 player in the world. Like, Luka Doncic is amazing. It's like, just because he's out right now, and just because him and Kyrie haven't had, he may have to just take it on him. Look at last year with Phoenix. What was Phoenix up? 3-2, 3-1. They were up something, talking a gang of shit. He didn't have anybody else. Like, he had Brunson, who I think is really good. Dinwiddie. I mean, it wasn't crazy, but I mean, Phoenix was they were the number 1 team in the league and was projected to win the championship last year with what they had when Paul was still kind of rolling at like an all-star level at least. And Doncic just put his foot on their throat in the back half of that series.
Well, if that's the time
Basically,
to do it, right?
one man
Playoffs.
stomped them out. So if Kyrie could just keep up, they'll be okay for a little bit. So I wouldn't want to, if I was Memphis, I wouldn't want to stumble into Dallas in the first round. So if Memphis gets their shit together, if Ja comes back and they get their shit together, we could see Memphis getting that second spot from Sacramento, potentially a spot that they rightfully should be in, all things being equal this season, and the way that these teams are kind of built. I mean, I don't think anybody projected Sacramento to even be a playoff team, maybe a fringe playoff team. but not a second place team in the
What?
West.
You wouldn't have your money on Sacramento?
I would now, given what we've seen. I don't know if I'd have my money on them to win the championship, like I said.
But in
'cause the
hindsight, did you
experience.
see that coming, you think?
Nobody did. I don't
No, I just came out of nowhere.
Diehards. I'm sure De'Aaron Fox, DeMontis Sabonis fans seen it coming. I'm sure diehard Sacramento fans seen it coming. I'm sure the
Because it's a
city of
small group,
Sacramento believed. I'm sure they always do, though. But I mean, they don't have the longest playoff drought in NBA fucking currently, and I think in history right now going, which is almost like 20 years, 17 years or 16 years or something like that, because it's a franchise known for their playoff runs, because they don't make the playoffs ever.
No.
And now they're
Yeah.
second, right? So haven't made one in basically a generation.
That must be so much pressure on you right now. Never been in the playoffs to get in the playoffs. Well,
I guess this is their
we're going
chance
to be, hopefully.
show that it's not a matter of it being a fluke. It's not a matter of them being expected to go in, even though the season's been excellent. And obviously, a run would be dope. And I like those guys. So like I said, Harrison Barnes. There's a lot of good players in fucking Sacramento. It seems like a really cool basketball city where like that fan base is all bought in. And I like that they made that move last year, even though both teams won, that they got rid of Halliburton and they brought in Sabonis. So I think a lot of people really shit on them and thought that they should have moved Fox and kept Halliburton. And what's happened? Sabonis has been a perfect fit in Sacramento. They're in second. Halliburton went to Indiana. Perfect fit there. They're fighting for a play-in spot over there. But Halliburton looks like he's going to be a win. They solved everybody's problems, it seems like. So I think that was a great trade. I like the franchise. I like the fan base. I like the guys playing on the team. I think a nice run would be good for them? Yeah, but I think what's really important here for Sacramento to take away from this is that we become perennial playoff contenders. We don't do this one season and then become 10th again next year. We do this second, and now this is who you are. Your identity isn't that we missed 16 years in a row of playoff basketball, and we haven't been good since Chris Webber and Vlade Divac and Mike Bibby were here. We're good now. We're good now, and we make the playoffs now because De'Aaron Fox is still so young that if they could change that culture on his back, which you can see that in Portland. They weren't able to do that in Portland. Portland, they've had a couple playoff years, a couple real misses. They've never been able to get anything around Lillard. He had LaMarcus Aldridge at the beginning of his career. But they haven't been able to put anything around him. Nothing that looks as good for at least this small window that we've seen now in Sacramento of what De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis as a 1-2 look like together. Lillard's never had that, Jeremy Grant. There's been a bunch of good players come through Portland, but we've never given Lillard that other guy. Now that Fox has that other guy, prove that as a small market franchise, those two guys over the next couple of years, if that's who you're betting on, can carry you into being perennial playoff contenders. Because that's what the Sacramento Kings need. Because what you need to do is you need to change the culture around and not have to get lucky on a Halliburton trade. Get lucky in the draft and get somebody that comes there that you can pay the most to, that stays with you, that stays healthy, that becomes a superstar like De'Aaron Fox. What you want to do is you want to become a market so viable that a free agent, a top-tier free agent goes, I want to listen to what Sacramento has to offer. I'd love to go play with De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. I'd love to go there and see if we couldn't make something work. That's what we're trying to change here in Edmonton. I guess we'll talk maybe a little more about basketball in a little bit. It's almost bowl time here.
Yeah.
But the Oilers are playing tonight. Oilers on a 3-game win streak. We lost to Toronto 4 games ago. Wins now over Ottawa, Dallas, who's fucking good. And then we smashed our way through, who else? We beat Boston a little while ago. We smashed our way through who else? What other goofy ass team did we beat?
No,
Kraken.
Sharks are tonight.
Kraken. Sharks are tonight. Sharks are bummed. We should beat them. But that's another thing we're trying to change here as the Oilers make a playoff push. 3rd right now in our division. So we're out of the wild card. We're in the actual playoffs. So shout out, Oilers playing well. Skinner in there, doing it. Even Jack Campbell's got a winning record, but Jack Campbell's a fucking bum.
So has our goalie been actually stopping the puck?
Skinner's good.
So he's been playing and not the other guy. What's the other guy's name?
Jack Campbell.
Jack Campbell. How can I forget that?
We hope he's trolling us.
Right,
we hope this is
hope
his
we
actual
are.
goaltending skill level. We hope this is like some sort of like what's it called? Quiet quitting or something, where he's like revolting against the
I
team.
just want to get fired. Please fire me.
Right. He's like, oh, they can't do anything. HR and the union will save me. Like,
I was here, have a smoke.
let it all in. Right. Just skates aren't even done up.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what his deal is, but he's still whatever. He's there. He makes a lot of money and he's there for a while. But Skinner, who's also there for a while, and is, you know, we like Skinner. If he can take on the Miles, he's looking good. But the correlation I was trying to make with Sacramento and with what Portland could have done with Damian Lillard and didn't, and the Kings should do now with Sabonis and Fox, is you got to dig in and bet on these guys, and you've got to change the culture there. That's what the Oilers are trying to do. It's not enough to be able to have Connor McDavid, to have Leon Draisaitl, to in free agency be able to bring in, you know, an Evander Kane, or did we get Evander Kane? We did, but he was going through a bunch of personal stuff. To Ekholm in a trade, we got this Ekholm guy who looks like he's been phenomenal since he's been here. This defenseman we got, he looks like he's been, we got him in a trade though, again, and he's not a A1 guy. What we need to be a culture here in Edmonton where when a superstar becomes available, in the rare case that superstars either ask for trades out of their team that looks like it's going to rebuild, that things aren't going well in a contract negotiation, or they're coming up in free agency, we want them to say, I want to go to Edmonton. I want to play with the guy. That's what we don't have. They say that about New York. They say that about LA because they know if they go there and become a superstar, they're in a media capital. They're in the epicenter of where you become a celebrity and make ancillary money far beyond what you make in a contract playing the sport you're in. Because if you can supersede the sport you're in, go circumvent it and go above and beyond what that sport is, if you can become the Sidney Crosby and you're the face of hockey sticks and the face of McDonald's and the face of Tim Hortons, the face of these brands, and all of a sudden now it's a lot to play in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh has to give up the farm to keep you there. And that's why the salary cap keeps you housed in and allows teams that get you, that have rights to you, pay you slightly incrementally more for more years than any other to incentivize you to stay. But occasionally superstars come up. Teams and superstars decide to part ways. You want to start to become a place. You want to be where Phoenix 5 years ago in the NBA, 7 years ago in the NBA, after Steve Nash had retired, was not a place where anybody was saying, trade me to Phoenix, trade me to Phoenix. Then they got Ayton, then they got Booker, they brought in Chris Paul, he revitalized his career, they had a couple of runs, and then who says send me to Phoenix but Kevin Durant, one of the top 5 shooters of all time.
Well, I think Edmonton has to figure out.
If Sacramento plays their cards right with Fox and Sabonis, especially being in California. I know you're a small city in California, Sacramento, but you're still California. You're beautiful northern. Have you ever been in Northern California?
No.
I have been there with all the trees, the big redwood. It's beautiful in Northern California. Beautiful. Sacramento, couple of years, perennial playoff contenders, not just second once, but consistently with some young guys that can go. These guys can go.
Well, how does Edmonton make it the it factor where guys
We're
want
cold.
to be like,
That's the only thing that I think, even with the 2 best players in the world, because we're so cold and we're not a media epicenter, like how far is it from, did we lose our live stream or did you just?
I don't know.
How far is it?
We lost our live.
Live. How far is it from Sacramento to San Francisco? 2 hours, 2.5 hours?
Not long.
It's not that
Not
far.
long at all.
It's not that far, right?
No.
So in 2.5 hours, you go into one of the top 5 media centers, I would say still probably in the United States of America, at least top 7 in Silicon Valley's there. There's a lot of media coming out of the San Francisco, San Fernando.
I heard the bank just crashed.
Well, one of the banks there that was
Silicon
really heavily
Valley
leveraged in cryptocurrency or whatever, but I don't want to talk about bummer stuff.
No, I know. I just thought that came up.
So Sacramento's proximity to big markets is still pretty close. Like you can still very easily hop a jet and in an hour be in Vegas from Sacramento, go to Vegas and party. So like the lifestyle of being kind of wealthy or being kind of a celebrity. It's nice weather. It's kind of a little less populated than Southern California, but it's still got a lot of the amenities that Southern California has in the sense of the weather and all that. And you're close to Vegas, you're close to San Francisco.
Right
I
here,
don't know.
you're close to the prairies.
You could turn it up, right? You could turn Sacramento up if it was a reason to. If Sacramento had a Michael Jordan for 12 years that won 6 titles in 12 or 30, that city would be turned to the fucking tits, bro. That city would be so gnarly. Because I mean, you're still California. Here, you're right. It's cold 6 months out of the year. It's
cold, yeah, exactly. We're gonna go.
Frozen. Like I can keep your tits warm, but I can't keep everybody's tits warm.
No.
Right.
I guess money can only keep you so much warm, like so warm.
That's
Like,
kind of
I don't want to be here. It's too cold. Minus 40. What the fuck am I doing
it's
here?
not a media epicenter. If it was minus 40 and for some reason we were the Northern Hemisphere's media epicenter, where we were like Atlanta, where CNN is, or we were where Chicago, where WGN is, or we were New York, or we were KTLA, where LA is. We're basically these major media, but we're not a major media market.
Not by any chance.
We're a large city, but like Calgary, Vancouver, Montreal, and Toronto are all much larger media markets than us by far. So like, we're not.
We need to step our fucking game up. What are we fucking doing here?
We're right. We need more than perennial playoff appearances.
Who's in
Lord? Lord?
Who's in charge of making us better? Who's in charge? Who's the guy? Who do you look
Fuck,
at?
I think it's
General
Connor.
manager? Like, what the
Connor.
fuck are you doing? Is it the
They
mayor?
got Connor. So that's kind of my boss. So I don't want to get on. He's kind of my boss by proxy.
Oh, I'll blur out your face.
Yeah, I don't want to. You're
Oh,
doing an excellent
I'll
job,
censor
Mayor. You're doing an excellent job. But yeah, no, Connor's probably doing as good as he can. I wouldn't say the GM's at fault. Like, he's got Connor and Leon. The Stockholm looks good.
Yeah.
So Edmonton looks like they're going to make a push for it here. We beat Seattle's ass. Take that, Seattle. You were 1 point back of us.
You bitch.
Now
Seattle bitch.
Now you're 3 with your
Got fucking spanked.
fucking franchise
Starbucks.
supplemental draft team.
Oh, I thought it was
I don't know. I'm amazed they're this good. What the fuck is with these entry level where like new franchises come in? Like 2 times in a row, the Kraken and the Golden Knights. These franchises have like got off the hop being like competitive playoff appearing teams. Like, what is with this? Like, discarded players went to these franchises and
I was gonna ask you, who's the
dominate.
Krakens there for a second?
Yeah,
Like,
they got dope ass jerseys, bro. That like blue octopus.
yeah, because I've seen it.
Gnarly.
I forgot.
Gnarly shit.
Kraken and what was the other one?
Kraken, Golden Knights. They
Golden
got nice
Knights,
stuff
right.
too with that like kind of blue, that grayish blue and gold.
Yeah.
Nice stuff.
I forgot about those guys.
Yeah, nice stuff. You don't see new franchises in
No,
sports
not
really anymore.
established, unless if there's like maybe a name change.
There's a lot of jerry rigging and having to rearrange deck chairs, like it's bringing guys in, how scheduling works, because like they're so paced out with how many games every league
Where's the
plays.
Kraken from?
Seattle.
Seattle Kraken.
Seattle.
Huh? You see a lot of Kraken out there. You see a lot of like seagulls, like
How do you know?
plaid.
Everybody that ever seen the Kraken's gone. Kraken leaves
All right,
no
you
witnesses.
just blown my mind.
Kraken leaves no witnesses.
That's a pretty valid point. You bring up a pretty valid argument.
They got
right
this
there.
Matty Berniers or whatever his name is. He looks like he's pretty fucking good. I don't watch, so I just read box scores if I'm not pronouncing guys' names right. Fuck it.
Fuck
Whatever.
him.
He's a
No,
rookie.
fuck it.
He looks like he's
Fuck
good. He's leading rookies in scoring. The Cole Perfetti or whatever, but he looks like he's good.
He's going to be the next
He doesn't
McDavid.
look like he's going to be no.
No,
Let's not say
Does
that.
he have a chance?
No. You want to smoke a bowl?
Let's do
Smoke a
it.
bowl. We'll be right back.